Hi, and welcome to episode 48 of the Cat Lady podcast. I'm Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, CATT, craft all the things. Welcome. It's Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016. It's already March, endish of March. I can't believe it. So thanks for joining me today. Welcome any new viewers. Thanks for coming to check me out. And of course, to my returning viewers, I love you. Thank you for coming back again and again. For what? I don't know. For just crazy yarn talk, I guess. If you are new, I'm typically a knitter. A little bit, I've dabbled in spinning. Tiny bit of crochet, sewing. Just got introduced to weaving. I like to do some DIY stuff. Usually I pull out all that more DIY and the spinning in the summer. Been doing a knitting kind of camp, online camp, so that's been taking up all the time. So I've been doing a lot of knitting. So this week, well, that's it. I'll be talking about knitting. So, but anyways, you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as the Cat Lady. On YouTube, I'm the Crafty Cat Lady. I need to find out who is the Cat Lady on YouTube so I can steal their channel. But I'm kidding. I'm not gonna change it now. So if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube. Hey, get out of there. Come on. This is my co-host Devo. I'm recording in my basement, which is where my kitties live. And I'm being awful bold by wearing black shirt with furry cats. But it's better than a robe. So this week is podcast news, knitting, and weekend review. So that's it. Hopefully it'll just be a little shorter. I'm trying to I keep saying I'd like to cut them down a little bit. So hopefully I can kind of stay within the 30-45 minute range and not jet your ear off too much, because I really don't have a ton to go over and it's a lot of the same stuff. So, but let's jump right into podcast news. So come say hi in the intro thread. I haven't had any introductions. Come say hello to me and I will say hello to you on the podcast, so check that out. Also, show notes are always on Ravelry, and a huge thank you to Tanya, who always helps me with my show notes. I usually either get them started or say they're coming soon, and then they magically appear. So thank you, Tanya. Virtual knit nights, video knit nights, VKNs, every random Friday. We try to do it every Friday. Either I'll host, or Jen from the Uncreative Crafter will host, or Tanya, my lovely moderator, show notes guru, will come in and host as well. So I couldn't be there last Friday because my daughter had a school function that we went to. So this Friday, I plan to be there. It starts at 7:30. All you need is a Gmail, Google account, a microphone, and headphones are optional, so speakers, but microphone definitely. So, and a camera is optional, really. But the video portion requires a camera, but you could always just come and chat. So, and we just sit around and we knit and we play on the internet. If you're not knitting, you're usually shopping on Etsy and enabling everyone else. So that's that. And the Tangled Skein CA giveaway winner, Try Linda. I've not heard from her yet, so if you catch this episode, please give me a shout on Ravelry, and I will hook you up with Sue from the Tangled Skein CA for your bag. And if I don't hear back within a month, I will draw again. So Try Linda, Try Linda. And speaking of giveaways, we have a new giveaway. I will put up a picture of the pattern. It's the Lilac Leaves by Johanna Designs, who is Jessica from the Sarah Nova Crafts podcast. And the prompt for that is show me a picture if you can, if you got it, or just tell me what yarn you would use to knit this lovely shawl. It's there's two forms. There's either like a shawl, a rectangular shawl, or a scarf. So, and it's in my queue of things I want to make too. I gotta find the right yarn too. And also I'll be giving away 5 copies of the Fish Lips Kiss Heal by Socks Therapist. She is going through some cancer treatment, so they're trying to raise money by selling her pattern. It's only $1, so the least I can do is give away 5 copies. Don't mind my cats. Using the litter box every time. So I will post both of these in the Ravelry group. So yeah, so if you don't have a copy of the Fish Lips Kiss Heel and you'd like to try it out, I will draw 5 winners from that, and I'll probably just let that go for a week. So if I only get 5 people, then hooray, you all get patterns. So my podiversary is next week. I can't believe I've been doing this for a year, so this is just crazy. And again, to all of you who have started from the beginning or even backwatched from the beginning, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And I have a prize thread of what the prizes will be. I haven't really arranged how I'm giving them away yet or anything. I'll kind of figure that out for next week when I record and go from there. But as of now, we have some lovely yarn donations, some yarn that I pulled from my stash. I got a bag. I have a really nice like a luggage tag slash pull tag. It's leather and hand carved by Jen the Uncreative Crafter. I have a DPN holder that was sewn up by Mandy Pinecone from Mandy Pinecone Crafts podcast, and I got some stitch markers from the Tangled Skein CA that were supposed to go to somebody else, but I forgot to send them, so they're now going in this giveaway with her permission. She said she did mind. So what else do we got? I got a bag that I've made, and I might see if I can whip together another bag and maybe put together a couple packages. I don't know. And then this awesome lunchbox, Star Wars lunchbox with some yarn in it and some stationery and some pencils and hand wipes and some mints and tea. So from Jasper's Pixie Dust. So thank you for that. So I'm excited to have all these things to be able to share with you guys, and thank you for watching me and sticking with it. So I think that's it for podcast news. So let's just jump right into knitting. I was hoping my kitties would come back, but they're not. So I have a finished object, and it's a finished object that you haven't even seen the beginning of it. See, I like to do that. I like to cast something on right after I record, and then all of a sudden it's done. So I have, everything's shoved in a bag here. So I have a pair of socks, and these are the shorty socks. So they got some cool kind of striping from a distance. You can't really see it up close, but when you look at a picture of it, it looks all zigzaggy. So this is the Regia 8 ply in color some kind of number 8, 6 something. This was a gift, my Christmas present from Jen the Uncreative Crafter. It came in 150 skein size skein, so it was kind of big. So I was hoping to get 2 pairs of socks out of this. So I made them short, and these were 68 grams, and I have like 75 grams left. So it was a little under 150, but I have enough for another pair. So as long as I make them the same exact way, which I will. And these are made with size 6, US 6 needles, and Fish Lips Kiss Heel. And that's it. And I just did a couple rows after the heel and 10 rows of ribbing, and voila, no pattern, just vanilla socks. And I'll probably do the same thing for the next pair whenever I make those. But nice comfy worsted weight slipper socks. These will be perfect for kind of running around the house in, so I'm excited. And the color is really cool. So I'm excited for those and make another pair. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, okay, so I started these 2 at a time. I busted out the long cord, magic lube, thought, okay, I'll knock these out, you know. I don't like knitting 2 at a time. I've come to that conclusion. I don't like knitting 2 at a time. So I ended up stopping after I got like right past the toe increases. I think that's as far as I made it. And I slipped on half the one sock onto DPNs and knit to the heel, and then I slipped the other pair. So I like doing 2 at a time separately, so not magic loop. I was pulling from both ends of the ball, and I felt like the whole time all I was doing was organizing the cable and organizing the yarn. So it was just, again, the litter box, really. But, so yeah, these still only took me 5 days, which, you know, obviously I wasn't knitting on them the whole time straight, so. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna be knitting back and forth on DPNs, or I might try, if I end up getting, maybe on the second pair, I can try the 2 at a time with 2 circulars. I just don't like the magic loop, I think. I mean, it's one thing to untwist the yarn, but it's the cord, and just I kept flipping around the cords, and I was using a longer quilt. Like, I think my cord was a little too long, but I don't know. It just seems smoother when I could just do 1 at a time, I guess. So, but I wanted to make sure they were the same length, and you know, I was kind of counting rows a little bit, but it's one thing when I'm doing stripes, and I usually just gauge the stripes. So even if it's a row or 2 off, I like the stripes to match. So with these, I couldn't match stripes, so that's my finished object. And that's it. So for works in progress, oh, well, I guess this is kind of a half finished object, half work in progress. My sock blanket. And this is the Generic Mitered Squares by Sue Ann Kendall. And I am kind of cranking out squares. This has kind of been my travel project. This is the one I keep in my purse, which I'm using my You Sew and Sew bag, which is getting a little small for this now. But last square I believe I showed you was this kind of reddish purple bluish, and that was from Jessica from Serenova Crafts podcast. And so now I moved on to some minis I got from Sue from Two Tangled Skeins. So I don't have the names of them with me. They will be updated eventually on the project page, but we'll just don't want that to fall on the floor. Okay, so we'll just show them off. We got blue, purpley, yellow, and then we got white, purple, brown, blue, intensely bright yellow. This was the Madeline Tosh Edison Bowl, I think is what that was. An unknown green, a really pretty like purplish. Yeah, it was like a dark purple and a red, reddish pink. And then this was an unknown, just orange, and it was from a viewer of Two Tangled Skeins, I think Dixie, and just sent to me via Sue and Lynn. So they had a bunch of extras because I think she sent her pretty big skeins. So that was that. And then now, and I got a bunch of these, so I got like 5 of these in solid colors. So I don't want to put all 5 solids in a row, so I'm gonna kind of just pop those in between. So right now I'm working on one I got from Brigida, who is a viewer who sent me a lovely package last summer. And so I got this really cool one. What was this? I think it was, I want to say it was Regia. And really pretty, like got teals, yellow, red, oranges in there. So I just started that one. So not really much to show. So I'll go through the minis that she gave me. So that's the bag of minis I got in my purse. And so yeah, look at that. I might even, let's see. Yeah, I'm almost done with row 3. So I got 2 more and I'll be done with row 3. Row 3, which is 20 across, something like that. So I'm excited about that. And then, so that's a finished object, sort of, work in progress. Then we got a work in progress. Out of a bag. Kind of just piling everything in my lap now. So this is the Across the Pond shawl by Mina Phillip, who is also the Knitting Expat podcast. She makes some really, really nice designs. I'm already eyeing her for the Love of Rainbows shawl to do. I keep thinking of all the projects I want to do in order to avoid working on my sweater, which I was intending on finishing for camp. We'll get to that. So, but this is the Across the Pond shawl. Last you saw, I was literally like, I had like 1 repeat done. So now I have like 5 repeats done. But you can kind of see what the pattern's doing a little bit more now. So yeah, it's really nice like diamond shapes. And this is the Storm Coast colorway that I dyed up myself with the help of Kim from Chasing Acorns. And this is her lovely MCM base. So this is on hold though. This is in timeout because I don't know. I just don't know. I think I like it, but it's not big enough yet for me to really tell if I like it. So I'd love to hear your honest opinion. I don't want people just to tell me, oh, it's fine. I want some honesty. Do you like it? Do you hate it? You don't care either way? I don't know. Just some things. Tell me. What do you think? And then what color should the border be? I cannot come up with the edging. So it uses a full skein for the body. And then it's got this lovely lace edging that uses another whole skein. And looking through the project pages, a lot of people will take like the color that pops. So for me, that's the teal, and edge it. So I thought maybe the teal. Now I don't have anything in my stash. And then, you know, I've talked to my little nitty friends, my group that we talk, and someone mentioned like a pink or a beige. I just don't know. So, and it's like, how am I really gonna know? So I was debating just pulling it out and finding something else, but I'm gonna wait, and it's gonna go in timeout. And I have an order in for Nitpicks, and I ordered a teal colored, and I also ordered another skein of like a speckly kind of teal blue color, that maybe those two will go together, or the teal from that might go with this. So essentially, if I like the teal and the speckle better, then maybe I'll frog this and back to the drawing board. I mean, this would probably make a good hitchhiker. Or there was a couple other shawls I kind of had in my library that maybe might work better. But I don't know. I do like it. I think I like it. I don't know if I like it, and that's a weird thing. It's just I've never had such a hard time finding something for a yarn, and this yarn is kind of special because I dyed it myself, and it was kind of for a friend, and so, you know, it's like I want it to be perfect. So I think I'm putting too much pressure on this yarn. So it's in timeout. Come back. Come here. Hey, no, not the bag. Come here. There's nothing in the bag. Come up here. So last, see, I'm kind of blowing through this. Sorry for the crinkling there. So last, my sweater. So I'm done procrastinating on my sweater, and it's time to work on my sweater. So I busted it out last night. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, I dropped a stitch marker that needs to go on the sweater. Okay, so yes, so I'm going to put this, I thought what more perfect stitch marker to put on my sweater than my little sweater stitch marker, and this is my little BFF Besties sweater stitch marker. It was part of the Rhinebeck set from Mika Mika, and yeah, I think it's Mika Mika. That was a part of my gift from Jen, the Uncreative Crafter. So she's got the sweater with the pink stone on it, because the rest of my set is pink. And it'll match my little Progress doohickey there. So they're both blue. But anyways, I hadn't had a chance to put it on yet. So this is the Brick by Claire Lee. And it's too big, but I'm making it work. I guess it's better than being too small. And, you know, I've been paying attention more to the sweaters I make. So I found a sweater that I like the way it fits. It's kind of baggy, it's got a big cowl neck, and it's longer. It kind of goes, it's not quite tunic, but it kind of goes like mid-butt. So I'm kind of basing this off that. So this is going to go another inch, or not even, probably. Actually, I think I was just going to use up the rest of this ball. This is the third ball. So I was going to use up the rest of that and then start the ribbing, and then do about 2 inches of ribbing, and that'll be done for the body. Oh boy, that's lightning, sorry. So this is Knit Picks Brava Worsted in the Hunter colorway, so it's just a typical Hunter green. Obviously the color here is turning out terrible, but that's because of this window probably. But the last that you saw, I was about here. And so I did about 2 inches last night, because I literally just picked it up last night. So So yeah, I will do the rest of this and then start the ribbing, and then I can start the sleeves. And hopefully, once I start the sleeves, it'll kind of fly. It's making me tired. Really? This round and round stockinette in one solid color. It's not even like variegated or anything fun, you know? It'll be fine, but I feel like it's just making me sleepy. So I didn't get that much done last night. Stick this on here. That's in my BB-8 bag from my friend Brandy. And that's it. That's it. Hey, I forgot one more thing. So I put all my sock yarn that I like to make socks out of in a jar. He's eyeing me. And I'm gonna draw my socks that I could have done this next week, but we'll just do it. Because I want to see what socks we're gonna make next month. So my goal this year is to do a pair of socks a month. So in here is included socks for my husband, so if he gets lucky, he gets a pair of socks. So the socks for April will be Time Traveler, Nitpicks Fleechy. I have 3 skeins of that, so I have to decide. I was going to try to make them tall. So I have to figure that out. Because, you know, the whole stripe thing. So I'm not sure. But if I'll do the 3 skeins or if I'll just make a regular pair. But that is the socks for April. So we can review. Been doing the kickboxing. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I got the bag. We had it set up in the garage. Well, my husband's like, why don't we put it up in the bedroom? Because that's where his rowing machine is. I know it's pretty weird, but so our bedroom right now has a craft table, and then a rowing machine, and now a punching bag, which it needs more water in the base because every time I punch and kick it, it moves around, and I've kind of knocked it into the wall a couple times. When he's upstairs and I work out, he says it's not too bad. Only when I'm doing a certain like front kicks that really push the bag over. He can hear that, and like jumping jacks, jump rope kind of stuff. Which that's the one thing I can't do upstairs. I cannot jump rope. There's not enough room to jump rope, so I have to like pretend jump rope. He's purring really loud over here. So that's fine. Can you come up here? Come say hello. Come here. Come on, people want to see you. Come here. He's inside the bookcase. So, and Sadie, she just lives on the steps. She just never go anywhere else. But anyway, so we're doing the kickboxing, and so when I recorded Wednesday, I had kickboxing the rest of the week. We had an art fair on Friday, so that's why I couldn't VKN. Emily's school put on a little art science fair. She had every kid had a project they framed and matted, and you could buy it for $20. But you're still gonna get the artwork. So really, you're just buying a frame because you're gonna get the artwork home anyways. It wasn't spectacular. I've seen Emily do much better at home, and if she wants to frame her artwork, I will gladly frame her artwork. I mean, the money would have went to the art department and everything, but she didn't seem that excited about it. I wasn't that excited about it. So we passed on that, and we went through the science fair, and you know, of course, it was elementary school science fair, so gum experiments, and I didn't see any volcanoes or tornadoes. Those were the popular ones when I was little, but they were all pretty silly, cutesy little experiments. And then we went, and then they had the book fair. So we did end up buying books from the book fair. So each kid got a book, and then we bought 2 books that were donated to Emily's classroom. So we felt better for not buying the artwork. Instead, we donated books to the class and got some books for the book fair. So we did our part. And then Saturday we were at school a lot. Saturday was the Easter egg hunt. So I'll put in some pictures. They got a cute picture with the Easter bunny. And then they went on see, I don't consider this an egg hunt. It was like an egg free-for-all. So they had a bunch of eggs lined out on the soccer field and the playground, and it was like, okay kids, go get 15 eggs. They were allowed 15 eggs per kid. It took like 5 minutes, literally. So they got their eggs, and it was freezing, so it was kind of good that it was fast. So they got their eggs, and then we went home. And that was it. And what did we do Saturday night? I don't remember. Did I chat? I don't remember. Probably not. I don't know. It's been a blur. The kickboxing takes up all my time during the week, it seems. So then Sunday we had another egg hunt. So this one was a little bit different. We were invited by a friend from Emily's school, and I've never been to a private, family party egg hunt. So it was at a local gymnastics, like instructional place for kids called Flip Spot. And yeah, there was like 40 kids there, and they had are you coming up to say hi? Okay, hold on. Oh, no, get out of my bag. Get out of my bag. Here. You coming up? Come here. Okay. You gonna get me all fuzzy? Oh yeah, you're gonna get me all fuzzy. Okay. That's why I have lint rollers. So we went to they had a whole spread of like tons of food and a whole peep theme. That was all peep themed. Peep themed sweet table, and again, that was the egg hunt was the same thing. It was all these eggs just lined up on the gymnastics floor, and it was like a mad dash. There was no limit on these ones though. And each kid got designated a color. So Emily was pink, David was orange. And they filled up their buckets, and both from the school and from this one, they were filled with a bunch of junk. All those little Oriental Trading Company toys, and so David got like 10 bouncy balls, and from the school one, we had a total of like 17 little popper things, or these little rubber little nub things that you flip and they pop up, and stickers. And I guess I'm glad I didn't get a ton of candy, but what am I going to do with all this other junk too? Because it's going to last like a week, and then it's going to mysteriously disappear into the garbage. So the kids had fun, and then we, like I said, we had tons of food and treats and stuff. So, and it was set up it was organized very nice. Like the parents really weren't supposed to be in with the kids doing the gymnastics stuff. We were there for the egg hunt, of course. We helped the kids pick up their eggs, but after that, the kids got to play and stuff in the gymnastics area, and the parents were like kind of shoo. So we got to eat first and get all that taken care of. So then by the time the kids were done eating or playing, then they got to eat. So we were kind of free to help them. It's not trying to balance a bajillion plates when you're all trying to get food at the same time. And they had a good time. And so that was Sunday. And Monday, so today's Wednesday, right? So Monday, we're back at kickboxing. We took Emily to karate, and she finally is on the list for her belt, to get her yellow belt. So next Friday? Maybe 2 Fridays from now. It's either next Friday or the Friday after. It might be next Friday. She'll test for her yellow belt. She knows it all, but I'm nervous that she's gonna kind of crack under pressure, so I'm hoping it goes well. We've been to the belt review classes, and I think it's kind of set up similarly, so I'll take her to the next belt review. They're on Mondays. And she's got to know her Korean words on like what they say in class. So like they say things like attention and sit down and stand up, and they say them in Korean, and Emily knows them, but again, is she gonna know them on the spot? So I'm gonna practice those, and she's got to write a little essay about what is respect. She doesn't have to write it, she's got to dictate it, and I can write it, because I know she could write it because she's getting better at writing, but I think it would take like 2 hours for her to write 2 sentences. So I will write that for her, and I'm excited for her to get her belt. I've been kind of waiting for the last couple months for her to be eligible for this, and she's excited too. I got my hair cut today, if you didn't notice. My hair is gone, so I'm very excited to have my short hair back. And God, it's so free. Well, that's it. Tonight we're going to a family literacy night, I think it's called, with David's school. They did this last year for the first time. It was a lot of fun. They had a bunch of little stations and stuff. Last year was Eric Carl, hungry caterpillar guy themed. And this time it's Dr. Seuss theme, so they have a bunch of stations where the kids can do crafts and they read stories and have snacks. And last time they got a bunch of books they got to take home for free, like that were donated. So we're gonna meet up there tonight. Jim's gonna meet us there after work, and we're gonna do that. This weekend is Easter, and let's see, we're gonna have my mom and stepdad over on Saturday, and then Sunday we're going to the in-laws' lake house with Jim's parents, his sister, and her family. So they'll be, I don't know if the big kids will be there, but I know the little kids will be there, so there'll be at least 10 to 12 of us. And we'll do the whole Easter dinner thing, so that'll be nice. And then, oh, and Emily doesn't have school Thursday or Friday, so tomorrow Friday Emily's home. David's got school on Friday, they're not, daycare's still open. But she doesn't have spring break next week, she has spring break the week after. So that was interesting to me. I thought, I just assumed spring break always fell the week after Easter, but apparently that was changed. In Michigan, it's now the first week of April. So whether or not it's Easter or not, it's the first week of April. So spring break isn't until next week. Not next week, the week after. It's not this coming week. So I have conferences for Emily next week. Oh, see Emily at 30 minutes. See, I told you I had nothing to talk about. So anyways. So we have conferences next week, and same old, same old. Camp is almost over, so camp will be over. Today's the 23rd. So next Friday is April 1st. So camp will be over next week. Emily tests for bells next week. We have conferences next week, so next week we'll be a little busy. And camp will be over next week. I can't believe it. So I can kind of start working on some other things. I need to finish my spinning. I'd like to practice some more weaving. And actually I was looking on Instagram, and a friend of mine on Instagram she made a loom and was doing, looks like kind of wall hanging style stuff, real eclectic mixed media. And I'd like to do some kind of wall decoration stuff, so I need to get to construct a loom that's taller than the one I have borrowed from Jen. So I add that to my DIY list, and the weather's getting nice. I can go back out to the garage and start processing some more wool. Need to start spinning some of that wool, the half process, some of the stuff that I bought raw. I'd like to actually start spinning, since I haven't really spun it, to see. I don't know if I've washed it correctly. It might still be a little greasy. I don't know how well it's gonna spin, so I need to practice with that. So that's all I got for this week. Shorty episode. So I hope everyone has a good week. Hope you get to craft all the things, and I will see you next time. Hi, Phoebe. What are you doing on the stairs? What are you doing on the stairs? Hmm?